Hi, this is Jasmine, Sober and Fabulous, my YouTube channel. Just wanted to make a video today, and I'm using my phone today finally because I realized using my computer the volume was really low. So I'm going to try this out and see how it goes. I am feeling really good today. I feel really positive in my thoughts, in my beliefs, and just pretty much everything. I recently purchased the 369 Manifestation book from Amazon. I saw a video on Instagram, and I've always been inspired by different readings or positive thoughts. So I just started reading it. You read it and then it's a part of a workbook. And I'm really excited. I have always felt like there's this greatness about me, and not in an egotistical way, just in a very confident, and I've just known it. So I don't know how that's going to manifest. I would love to be able to speak in person to people and to share my story, to share my strength, my journey through sobriety that's brought me to where I am. I'm happy to say that I'm still sober. I'm a year and almost 5 months. Every month on the 20th is my anniversary. So that's very exciting. And it's so amazing. I was recently telling someone how the idea of drinking has totally been lifted from me. And it actually turns my stomach to think about consuming alcohol. And that recently happened with the idea of consuming drugs as well. And I'm so grateful for that. I thank the universe for that. I thank myself for that. I've put in a lot of hard work. And what it boils down to, in my opinion, is my integrity, my self-discipline, and what I do when no one's watching. I've talked about that before. We can always make decisions to do things when no one's watching. And really, who knows? We know. So I made that conscious decision when I first got sober that even when I was by myself, I was really going to hold true to not using, not drinking. And the desire to not drink was lifted from me in my aftercare. So I would say maybe 2.5, 3 months after being sober, that was gone. It took me well over a year to lose the desire to use drugs. And I remember being told in rehab that it can be 2 years, it can be 4 years, it can be 5 years for your brain, to kind of bounce back to a sober brain, maybe. And there are all kinds of things that stimulate our brain. I'm just talking about the drugs that I used and the alcohol. Anything can be a drug, I truly believe. And anything can be addictive. Anything can be overused. And I've always loved the concept of moderation. I struggle with it sometimes, obviously. Chocolate, oh my goodness, one of my absolute weaknesses. My roommate bought a giant box of Garner's chocolates for my niece and nephew that are supposed to come over possibly next week. And who's broken into the candy box and eaten like most of it? Yours truly. So I am definitely trying to be more conscious of that. It's easy to substitute one addiction for another. And I can see there are certain things that I like to reward myself with. Food has always been a reward, and I enjoy food. I was actually talking to my stepmom, who is my mom also. She raised me, and we were talking about our sense of smell. She was saying how good her sense of smell is. She can smell things far away. I can too. I can smell when my neighbors are making dinner and almost kind of smell what it is. And if you have a heightened sense of smell, then taste is also going to be heightened. Enjoying food is going to be heightened. So it was an interesting conversation because we both were like, it's something that we like. We enjoy food. We enjoy cooking, baking, sharing food with others. it's a, our feelings, I do believe, are so situated in our gut, and so much happens in our gut. Our feelings, um, our sense of security, which again is a feeling. But when you have good, warm food, and we talk about things like, that make us feel warm and cozy, that I do believe has to do with food. And I think there are great qualities of food too. I mean, we get all of our nutrients, not all of our nutrients, but a lot of our nutrients come from food. And so there's also a balance of, I remember learning that black pepper helps us absorb the vitamins that we need, which is really cool to know that about black pepper. And there's just so many wonderful things about food. I am reading a fiction novel that was based in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro. And they were talking, so in the novel, there's this horrible virus. But I was thinking about the Amazon and places like that in the world that these horrible viruses can be created and mutate. But then are the cures also within them? And I do believe everything on the planet that has the potential to harm us also has the potential to heal us. I believe that I'm reading this, like I said, the 369 Project book. And what does it say? I'm a spiritual being temporarily in a human experience. And I think that's so incredible. I am a spiritual being. I truly believe that. All matter has, well, I don't know. Now I'm starting to get a little philosophical, crazy. All matter has thoughts and feelings. And perhaps it does. I feel feelings of inanimate objects. I have since I was little. I thought I was a bit crazy. Someone watching this may agree with that. That's fine. Think what you will. I can sense the feelings. So my therapist and I also recently talked about something very interesting. I brought up to her that I don't know if I'm necessarily an empath. I feel that the word empath is overused, and not in a bad way, but it's trendy now. And we, as human beings, I think we do feel things. As women, we feel other people's feelings. I have always felt animals' feelings, other people's feelings. So what my therapist pointed out is that perhaps I'm ignoring my own feelings and my own needs and taking on someone else's feelings to not have to deal with mine. And so accurate. So now whenever I get that sense of like overwhelming feelings from someone else, I think to myself, how do I feel right now? I make it about me. And it's starting to work. I haven't had like a situation where it was a very strong, like, transfer of emotion, if you will, but I know it'll happen. And I feel like I'm prepared now. And I love that my therapist and I have these conversations and discuss how to better myself. I've done some more art, the accelerated resolution therapy. I am in love with it. So my therapist is not trained in EMDR or brain spotting, which are also two different techniques, similar in a way to art. Art was developed because of EMDR. And I discussed these things with her, even though she's not trained in them, to think about doing them in the future. And I think it's healthy to continue my emotional and mental stability throughout my life. Even if I feel like I'm at a point where I'm truly happy, and I am. I also told her I have definitely started to come out of a 40-year depression, if not 40 plus years, and I'm 43. And it's so incredible. There are times when I get sad now, but I'm not so depressed that I feel this weight on me. I still feel it sometimes, so it's a work in progress. It's getting less and less. And the desire to sleep and a way to escape is really becoming, I would say, almost completely gone. I think it is. I still love naps. I still love to sleep, but I feel like now I'm sleeping for the purpose of sleeping. our bodies need sleep. It helps everything. Our cells regenerate. Our cells do amazing, fabulous work while we're sleeping, while we're awake. Our bodies are so incredible. And I wake up feeling refreshed. And certainly there are times when I'm maybe a little sleepy. This morning I felt a little sleepy, so it's Saturday morning. I just laid back down and did a little Instagram. I've created an Instagram page for my cat, so I'm his PR. And then started to do my exercises. I just recently had a knee arthroscopy. I'm not sure what it's called. I don't want to say it's simple because any surgery is serious, but it's my kneecap was out of place. So that happened 2 weeks ago on Friday. And I'm in physical therapy. I'm doing exercises for my left leg. And I'm now doing exercises for my right leg as well to get that balance. And it just feels good. My mom and I call it bed yoga, and it's a thing. It's trending. So there's chair yoga, and I know that people do this when you're laying in bed and you're waking up. Just start your leg exercises. It's a great way to get your blood circulating and to just feel like I want to move. So then when I got up, I did my chair stretches. I did my standing up stretches, and I did some of my stretches in the shower too. My ex's father talked about his shower stretch that he does every day and swears that that's why he has no weight on his body. And I think if he thinks it, then it's true. Our thoughts are very powerful. I'm realizing the beauty of using my thoughts and my beliefs for positive and for the greatness of myself. And I think that's so exciting. I'm here to talk about it and share it. I enjoy talking to people, whether it's one-on-one or I'm comfortable, talking to a group of people. I think that there's such an amazing healing that can happen, and I've seen it happen. I've experienced it. When you share a shared trauma with someone, and all you have to do is actually be very vulnerable and share, not even details, just know that you've both been through something. And there is this unbelievable feeling of healing that occurs. It happened to me first in rehab with women that shared my experience, and it's continued to happen, and it is so incredible. It actually happened between me and a man also, who also shared similar trauma, because at first I thought it was just gender specific, silly me. And we're all human. We're all spiritual beings experiencing a temporary human experience. I'm gonna mess that up. Anyway, I just really want to, make this page about sharing strength, sharing hope, sharing love, sharing light. There is always time to share that and to be inspired by it. I'm inspired daily. I love waking up in the mornings for school and just seeing that beautiful sun rising. I live in the mountains of Maryland, and we have such beautiful mountains, such beautiful sunrises. It's actually just beautiful here. We like to call it God's country. And, right now the mornings are cooler, so you get that really crisp air. The yesterday morning, the sky just had this beautiful pink and like bright pink, fuchsia pink, hues mixed in with the bright white of the sun and the pale blue of the sky. And it's also cool because I know we all see color differently. So what I'm seeing and experiencing is totally different than what you see or what someone else sees. I love that about color and ourselves. We're all individuals. And yet at the same time, we have a commonality that we're all here on this beautiful planet together, and let's make it beautiful. Let's share beauty. Let's share ideas and create things that are really cool and that don't kill us or kill others. And I'm not going to get into that. That's something else to discuss. I feel like there's a need to, I know I'm not the only one, now I'm bouncing around, that feels this way. And I know that we all are confused on why our leaders of the world are not on the same page as us. So I personally want a shift to happen. I know it will happen, and my reality is what I think, and I want that to happen. It's going to happen. I think this is a beautiful world that we live in, and I want there to be more beauty. I want there to be more love and more light. With that, I'm going to sign off because I am hungry and I can smell that my lunch is ready. Have a wonderful day. I just want to tell you, if you are struggling in any way with addiction, please seek help. There are so many outlets that are available. And if you're overwhelmed, talk to someone, anyone. I think that is the most important part of the process. And going into an AA meeting, it's one of the most beautiful rooms you'll ever be in, even if you're struggling with something that you don't think relates to alcohol. It's a good start. And you can find AA meetings everywhere. I also want to encourage anyone that feels like they need a therapist or someone to talk to please, please reach out. I do my therapy online right now. I actually found my therapist through Psychology Today online. It's the fabulous magazine about psychologists. And there's just so many ways to seek therapy. Therapists are in therapy. It's healthy. It's not a bad thing at all. So I encourage that. And I thank you and have a great day. And I will see you again. Bye.